Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well and welcome back to our 1900 to 1945 Capital Ship League. So far we've done these battles and we've got those results. Before we go on to today's battle, which will be the Alaska Heavy Cruiser / Battlecruiser versus the Dunkirk Battleship, let's just do an update. I like to talk about the previous comments on the previous video because we're all learning together. We'll address those and then we'll go on to today's battle. So first comment I've picked out from you guys. You want to redo the first battle we did, South Dakota versus Izay Battleship, because I used AI and you want humans to control that, and that's fair enough, I understand that, we'll do that, but we'll do it at the end of round 1. Next, you said, you can split fire, so your ship can fire its primary weapons at one vessel and its secondary weapons at another vessel. I didn't actually know that in-game, so we'll make sure we do that when necessary. 3. This is from Caden OZ, and I haven't seen this one written before, so it's interesting. I noticed you all are not calibrating your shot solution properly in War on the Sea. If you want to increase your targeting solution, you should be attempting to hold a constant bearing, speed, and heading and use the spot gunnery option, as this will fire single shots in an attempt to properly range the guns on target. Only when the solution is as high as possible, you should switch to full narrow option. Without using spotting, it will rely on pot luck. So what it's talking about is increasing the chance of you hitting or your aiming solution. And this is new. I didn't know about this. The guys didn't know about this. So we'll give it a go and see how it goes. 4. Overmatch, a word I haven't heard of before, by the way, refers to the special mechanic for armor-piercing ricochet calculation. As a general rule, armor-piercing shells will bounce off an angled armor. However, if the shell size is 14.3 times greater than the thickness of the armor it's hitting, it ignores the ricochet and penetrates, i.e. it overmatches. So you can actually calculate, based on the shell size, whether it's going to bounce off armor or go through. So how interesting. Next, you should have 2 different radio channels, so one player doesn't know what the other's doing, so it's saying have the different players separated so they can't hear each other. We thought about it, but it has some tech problems, and as well as that, it kind of takes the banter and the fun away a bit, so I think we'll leave it as it is for now. If we get a bit more serious later on, we may change that. And that brings us on to today's battle, viewers. We're in a very lucky position that the guys that make the mods for this game have reached out to us and have given us access to all of the possible battle cruisers and, well, capital ships pretty much of the world. We've got so many to use now, it's great. I just want to talk about choice of battle, and this will be the last bit I promise before we get on. You guys are saying you're making some silly choices of which ship goes for which ship, and yeah, I understand that. I haven't really known, well, I haven't had a method of choosing them, so I've got a new method of choosing ships. I've chosen these 2 here by first looking at their displacement. I've got the 2 ships with the closest displacement. Next, total armor thickness. I've also added to that the total armor in inches of each ship, added them up and compared them and got them as close as possible. With that, the quantity and the size of the main guns and the quantity and the size of the secondary guns. I've added all that into a spreadsheet, and these 2 come out as close on points as they can. So that's why we've got these 2 today. I don't think I can do it more fairly than that, viewers. Welcome into the battle, viewers. As we said, we've got Alaska in its 1944 configuration, classified here as a battle cruiser. Some would say it's a heavy cruiser, but in-game at least it's a battle cruiser, and that's what we're going with. Its dimensions are 809 feet long, quite a skinny 92 feet in the beam. Displacement just under 30,000 tons according to the game. Maximum speed, a very impressive 32 knots, and an entirely massive crew, very American style, of 2,251 men. Main guns, 12-inch guns, and there are 9 of them. 3 in a turret, 3 in a turret, and 3 in an aft turret. Range 37,000 yards. Reload time a respectable 25 seconds. Secondary armament, they're 5 inches and they're 12. 6 per side, with a range of 18,000 yards. Can be used for air targets with a reload time of 5 seconds. All round, that's a pretty good armament in my opinion. Armor, belt, 9 inches. Deck, 4 inches. Mag, 12 inches. Turret, 13 inches. Bridge, 10 inches. Superstructure, none, 1 inch. But all round, the vital bits, that's pretty good in my opinion. We're going to look at Dunkirk. It's an older ship in its 1940 configuration. She is shorter at 704 feet, with 102 feet in the beam shorter, and wider, displacement 26,500 tonnes. Maximum speed 31 knots, pretty impressive, with a crew of 1,381 men. Viewers, let me know, why do some ships that are not necessarily much bigger have such a big crew? Alaska is, well, nearly the same size as this, about the same size as this overall. It has nearly twice the number of crew. What is that? Only one were built in the class. In terms of weaponry, are really interesting. I just had to use this ship. 13-inch guns, so 1 inch bigger than Alaska, and there's 8 of them in 2 turrets, both 4 here. Nothing on the rear. So strange. Viewers, let me know your opinions of why this ship was built like that. Huge range, 44,000 yards, probably with a large, long caliber. Reload time, 30 seconds. Secondary guns, 16, 8 per side. 5.1 inches, 23,000 yards, with a reload time of 6 seconds. Onto armour. Belt, 9 inches. Deck. I notice there's a lot of portholes in the belt as well. Deck, 8 inches. Mag, 13 inches. Turret, 13 inches. Bridge, 11 inches. Superstructure, none. 1 inch. Guys, that's it. It's going to be human controlled as ever, because that's what you viewers wanted. Alaska is going to be Davros. Dunkirk is going to be Dirty. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Guys, before we fight, we like to make some predictions. We've got this ship that's a little bit faster. Its guns are a little bit smaller. Its armour overall seems to be about the same. Its weight is about the same. And then we've got the Dunkirk with slightly bigger guns. Tiny bit slower. Its guns are all at the front, which I just cannot get my head around. And its armour overall is about the same. Fire control systems in the Alaska are more modern because it's a more modern ship. How well will that be represented? I don't know. And finally, we now have the option, if we like, to do spotting. Also, as well as that, viewers, we can absolutely change the type of shell fired. I had some worries that it wasn't working. It is. I've tested it. We can choose loose full and, you know, the spread of shot.
It's going to be about the tactics, I think, of this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My instinct is Dunkirk's going to want to get in close and Alaska wants to stay away, but I may have that completely wrong. It's a tough one. Alright guys, we'll have Alaska's orders first, and I'll try and refer them by the ships, but I'll probably forget. Alaska, what do you want to do?
We're going to go port, 90 degrees.
Port, 90 degrees. Dunkirk, send.
45 degrees starboard.
Yes. Roger, boys, off we friggin' go. Look at those big guns. Look, they even painted their friggin' flag on it. We had to get some French in somewhere. We've got loads of ships, viewers. We've got loads of French ships, loads of Italian ships. The list is so long I haven't even figured out what they are yet, and we'll slowly work our way through them. Beautiful models.
So, both these ships have got interesting histories, actually. Dunkirk was one of the Vichy French fleet. After the invasion of France, France also gets split in two. The southern portion of France is administrated by the French, with oversight from the Germans, and their fleet is kept in south and southern France as well. And Dunkirk is one of the ships that is scuttled because the French don't want the Germans taking their fleet.
Wow.
She didn't have much of a war service, unfortunately.
What a sad ending.
Or fortunately.
Yeah, that is a sad
Absolutely.
ending. Yeah. Oh well, that's life, I guess.
And then Alaska is almost the opposite, because although she was a very late warship, I think she gets commissioned in service in 1944. She does Iwo Jima landings. I think a couple more landings around the back end of the war, and then supports the Korean conflict as well. So
wow.
She's a very busy ship.
I noticed she's very low in the water, or should I say a very low amount of exposed belt, but look at Dunkirk. It's such an old design. Look how much belt is exposed. And they've got portholes in them, which means they can't be hugely armoured. So it seems,
Well, you know,
seems an inferior design, doesn't it?
Maybe she was just built for cruising around the Med, really.
Roger. I know she's older as well, so she's going to have an older design as well, and almost certainly an older fire control system. Let's start looking at our solutions, guys. So what we're learning about is this very important solution. So far, Dunkirk is achieving about 70% accuracy. That doesn't mean 70% of the shells were hit, obviously. It means something else. But the higher the number, the more accurate it's going to be. As well as the type of ammo, the type of spread, environmental conditions, and so on. Now, what's this guy got? This guy's got 75.
I want to come port left, and I actually want to start spotting fire as well, please.
Are you ready for spot?
Port's 90 degrees again, so I'm running away. Yeah, and I want to try some spotting rounds down.
Oh, you say you want to turn left another 90 degrees?
Yes, come to bearing 180.
Okay, you're the boss.
Run away!
Okay, now my understanding is you have to wait for your spot until you're on a constant heading, so you have to wait till you stop turning. Otherwise it won't work, so we're going to have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, what's our range at the moment?
27 kiloyards or 13 miles.
Would you even be firing? You wouldn't be firing broadsides at this point, I don't think, unless you.
I think it's a waste of ammo for most guys.
So cease fire.
Okay. Ceased on the mains. Keep your powder dry.
We'll head straight south.
So let's see if my 2-knot advantage can get this and run away.
This reminds me of the Battle of Jutland right now. Battlecruisers firing backwards.
And interestingly, both of these ships, I mean, classifications of ships change over time. You know, there's been a lot of discussion, shall we say, in the comment section about whether ships are battlecruisers, cruisers, heavy cruisers, battleships, super dreadnoughts, whatever you want to call them. It's a tag. Does it make any difference to designers? No. The designers are going to design to a criteria they're given by the Navy that wants the boat. You know, put 12-inch guns on it, make it 30,000 tons, slap some armour on it.
Roger. Are you ready to spot now, Davros? Because I am, if you want
Absolutely.
to.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see if that rear gun's can spot for us.
Alright, so let's see what happens to our solution.
Same on mine as well, Cap.
Roger, it takes a while, obviously, for spot. Our understanding of how the spot works for you is that I'm going to go spot, and I'm going to go fire. It slows down your rate of fire, or controls your rate of fire to a certain amount that we don't fully understand. It waits and fires, it waits until the shell hits the water next to the opponent. It uses the onboard radar to measure where that splash is as compared to the hostile ship, and then it compensates on its next battery firing. So you lose firepower, but you gain accuracy. And what we should see if it works is you're going to see our numbers start to come up. It takes a while, obviously.
So without knowing the programming that's gone into this, whether the draft, the beam of these ships makes any difference. I know in some games it does. So the stability of
Sorry
fire
to interrupt
platform.
there, Davros. Look, you've gone up to 90%. 99% is
Excellent.
so all of a sudden that doesn't mean 99% of the shells are going to hit, but your sort of, if you imagine my understanding is your footprint of where the shell might land, the primary shell might land, has gone right in.
So let's chuck that rear gun onto full spread, as it were, or the middle one, and see if we can get some hits. And because this is a big arm.
Oh wow! Oh look at the difference. It's because he's gone to spot 2.
Yeah, so thank you very much, folks, whoever gave us that information. Looks like I just got a hit.
Let's see what he's got. Let's see what he is much higher than it was. So his is not getting as high as yours, Davros, but it's higher than it was. It was 69 giggity last time I looked.
I think
now
although
80.
Dunkerque got refitted in the 40s, she's a 1932-ish boat originally. So her optics, her radar would be non-existent at that point.
Pretty much.
So she's probably, I don't even, has she got radar in the game?
Yes, she has. I just looked. So it's because it's a 1940.
Yes. So, but probably a very early 1940 set, as opposed to the massive advance they made up to into the 44s when Alaska's getting fitted out.
Problem we got now is you've got 3 smaller guns to bear. He's got all of his guns, so he's got
Absolutely,
8
yeah.
guns.
At this point, we could use another of the new features that our commentators are told about. We could put smoke down. That is going to destroy the game, though. But it would be the tactic I think Alaska would use in this case. We're going to put smoke down, run away, and use our speed advantage, and probably our fuel economy advantage as well. Because I mean, Dunkerque's running flat out. You use a tremendous amount of fuel. Again, the commenters can tell me how that would work. Has she got enough fuel to get a big hit on me? Go for half a day at this speed? I probably can out-economise it. I can probably keep a higher speed for longer, as long as I don't sustain any hits like that.
Yeah, he's got his iron now.
So let's come. We'll go left again, 30 degrees. Just take the angle. Let's just see if we non-shield some of those batteries. And we start to see now why these 1v1 tactics developed into multi-ship. Well, had already been developed into multi-ship tactics. 1v1. It really does come down to a lot of luck sometimes.
Well, you got to remember, you're going to have to,
Alaska right now.
you have to probably respot soon because we've lost
that's
it.
the
But
issue,
we've
isn't
got to
it?
unshield those guns now.
Also another 45, so we're going northeast. We're going to close the range now and see if we can get some shells on target. And again, before the commentators yell, no, if I was captain of this boat, never happening, I would not be doing this. I'd be running away while radioing in the spot report and trying to get the heavies in to deal with this big ship.
Jesus, how has so much hit that ship? It's unbelievable. From an older ship.
Big rounds coming in as well. Is it 14 inches on the Dunkerque?
13, yeah. But it's just hit so many times. You've not hit once. It's crazy.
I've done the most manoeuvring. So every time you unsettle the ship, you unsettle your gunnery directors. That's sort of discussed. They're going to be yelling, keep the ship stable, keep it in one direction, and your captain's going to be thinking, where do I manoeuvre to get tactical advantage? Let's see if we get some hips now with that nice and stable.
So my understanding is you're both actually still on spot. If you want to turn spot off, I believe you have to tell me to do that proactively. So you're both currently on spot.
Yeah, let's go full spread now for Alaska. We just need way to fire now.
You are on full. Do you want to get rid of your spotting? Are you asking me to do?
Yes, please. Yeah, if that's what's happening.
All right. I've now turned your spot off, so you're now just firing by the hip. You'll keep your solution for a bit. It'll retain your solution for a bit.
Yeah, we'll try and get some rounds down. And if that solution drops down to 80%, you can always put a few spotting rounds down. So that looks like Dunkirk's having to recalibrate. Because that was big. That was relatively close.
She's the best she's had so far, averaging about 80%. I guess she just doesn't have the fire control that Alaska does.
Yeah.
Oh,
secondaries are opening up.
Again, commentators, if I was going to play this in a PvE role and this was part of a campaign, I would be saving Alaska. I'd be running away, keeping this very long range, and trying to get disengaged.
I have high explosives on my secondaries, please.
Alright, let me try and get this right. Secondaries, high explosive, fire. Okay, you're now firing high explosive on your secondaries.
Nice.
It's a hideous sight that flashing off that bar, isn't it?
Okay, range, we're down to 22 kiloyards. I'd just really like to start seeing some hits from this guy here. We're at 95% solution, a more modern fire control system. See how the damage is doing. Okay, you're almost back to 100% health, which is good news for you. You are now back to 100% health, or functionality. So, we've restarted the sim, basically. You've got a better solution. You should be hitting. We always do get weird things in this game, don't we? Well, unexpected, should we say. You're at 95% solution. Dunkirk is at a 83% solution. I think that's the best you're getting. I believe.
Yeah, so we're still at extreme range, aren't we? We're still at 22,000 yards, which is massive.
Steering's been knocked slightly. Yeah, it is. It's all, I don't want to say it's all luck at this range, but it's very luck based at this range, isn't it? Pretty much as per real luck.
Can I have off spot and narrow on the mains?
Roger. You're going to have off spot and narrow on the mains. Is that my mains I've got selected? Yes, it is fire. Alright, engaged. By the way, your solution is now up to 95%. Amazingly dirty. Is it primary? No, secondary. Sorry. No.
Main director and alternative director. So that's the secondaries.
You're doing really well.
Left is main.
For some reason, you've just got a brilliant solution. So, just like all that spotting's paid off. But you are finally taking hits. Alaska's finally got an RAN, some hits there. Let's have a look at Alaska. Not hit. So, you may have the better solution, but you're...
Look at the solution, it's dropped.
Davros is down to 80% solution because his spot is gone now. It's up to you whether you want to re-engage spot or leave it. But you are doing better as it stands.
Yeah, I think, as I say, I'm just going to lie wait to fire now and get those lucky shots in. These battles are not how I'd play this game normally, it has to be said, but they're great fun. It allows you to try different things.
I suppose that will get lower now you've turned spot off, but it takes a while before it gets lower. We are now at 19 kiloyards. A modicum of damage on the French ship, and we've had a hit on... That's probably the worst hit there. On the... What is that? An offset director tower? No, it's just drawn offset.
Okay.
Okay, but you have another director tower, and it's only yellow damage, so about the same on each vessel.
45 degrees to starboard.
Bit more damage to Dunkirk.
Okay, I'm going to try and run away a bit more, so we're going to go starboard, 90 degrees.
So do you mean...
The north. Yeah, so the south east there, yeah.
Right,
You like to run away this
You're going to lose 6 of your guns, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but I need that. I think I'm just getting into their effective range now, whereas I've got a longer effective range. So if I can keep that range nice and long, I seem to be getting a few shots on target. Dunkirk's getting less.
Ooh, that could be really important. Almost fully lost. He's now lost access to use of his port side secondary guns. That turret there.
That's as small as secondary, so I'm not
Yeah,
worried.
it's just a secondary.
Main secondaries are on the back.
Can we switch me back to spot as well, please?
On your main armament, Roger, stand by.
Yes, yeah.
Alaska, go. Spot, full or narrow?
I don't think that's full.
My understanding is that is a very low, a large spread. That is a medium spread, and that's a very tight spread. But obviously, you pay for that as well.
And with my old background, I thought, okay, who do I have to read to find out what's going on with this thing? So I went back to, I think it was a 1932 paper from the United States Naval Institution, and it's been discussed by some quite interesting names. And Admiral Fish came up, who's a very interesting guy, and they were saying that essentially it doesn't really matter what spread you use, you've still got to get the damn thing on target. They came down to use a average spread. Don't try to narrow it down, and you'll get shots on target.
I wonder how you
So
actually...
I was incorrect in my last game. I shouldn't have gone narrow.
I don't know how you control the spread in real life. I mean, a gun barrel is a gun barrel, right?
Very, very slight bearing change on each of those gun barrels. I think this is what people probably. I think I'm correct in saying, again, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Each barrel can individually be sighted.
Interesting.
So you can do a bearing change and a distance
Elevation,
change.
yes.
Yeah. You've just
I think they're actually bearings as well.
you've just maximised 99%, but you're only down 3 guns, obviously. So, but it's going to be
So
accurate
now-
shooting at least.
Now we'll go back to full spread with that spot.
Full spread, no spot, fire.
We'll just use that stern as a water offer.
This is our first proper tactical battle, isn't it? Oh, hits. Still, we're at like a range where they'll literally repair the ships. Another hit. Possibly faster than we have to kill each other. Yeah, so... But it's more realistic like this. It's tough, isn't it? It's tough, isn't it? Another hit.
Absolutely.
Amazing hits you've been getting there. No, sorry. Yes, another hit. I'm not dreaming.
I have
The glancing
90
blows.
degrees to port and
Another
spot
hit?
on the mains.
Oh, he's found his range. 90 degrees to port. That is that direction there. And what was the other command?
Spot on mains.
Full spot fire. Okay, so he's going to bring it round and he's going to... So, yeah, so Davros, or Alaska, has got his eye in 97%, so hitting with almost everything at the moment. But they're glancing blows, look, at this range. Most of them haven't been hurting. They've been hurting a bit. In effect.
So those 12 inches are slowing down all the way out the barrel. You know, they don't increase speed, do they? As soon as they come out the barrel, they're slowing down. At 22,000 yards, they're not going to be quick rounds. They're going to be heavy, but they're not going to be quick. And Dunkirk has a lot of armour to get through.
Deck armor, 8-inch deck armor, so I think you're pinging off that deck armor, so you don't have quote-unquote overmatch. Yeah.
Let's go port, 90 degrees, back to northeast, and then we'll go back to spotting. As soon as we get that solution up to the 90s again, unleash the full broadside.
It says, oh, interesting. It says HE on it. I've been firing HE apparently.
I may have run out of AP then. That's the concern, isn't it?
No,
Just keep your mouse over the
change to AP. I don't know
cannon,
why I did
and
that.
it
I
will
didn't.
show your ammo.
We need to keep an eye on this, guys. It looks like maybe there is some bugging. Explain why you've done no damage.
I think that may have been a hangover from you changed the secondary guns on Dunkirk to HE, and I think we're changing all the.
These are all HE as well. Yeah, it looks like it's not working.
We've changed all the armaments to HE. That's why
I see what's happening. Right, so what I'm doing, I finally figured it out. So I've gone to Dunkirk, right? I've gone to secondary, I've gone to HE like that, and I've gone to change, and it worked, right? But I've still got HE selected, so now I've gone to Alaska, made another change, and
every time you hit fire.
So that's how the dynamic works. So that's completely nullified today's battle, but we'll carry on anyway, because no one's done any huge damage thus far. Right, so that
We're just
it's terrible game to have that.
Firing our lieutenants in charge of the gunnery.
All right, sorry about that, viewers, but that's a pretty bad game to have control like that. But anyway, we'll fix it now. So I just need to re-get on my orders. Dirty. Is it armour piercing on your mains?
Yes.
And it was full and spot, wasn't it? Yeah. So let me change that. What did you want on your secondaries?
I can just.
That was HE as well.
It doesn't really matter.
Okay, I'll leave that as it is. Alaska, I need to set yours from scratch. Primaries, armour piercing, full spot.
Take the spot off now. I think we've got bearing of What we got? Solution of over 9%.
Oh, yeah.
You are still turning, Davros.
And,
Yeah, just need to chuck some dead down range.
And secondaries. I need to know your orders.
AP.
All right. It's not working. Come on, game. You may be out of IP in that case. Does anyone know how to check the ammo?
Put your mouse over one of the turrets. Yeah, he's
you're
out of
ammo.
AP.
Okay, so we've finally learned how to play the game after all these battles. So let's get this right. Dunkirk is primary, armor piercing, everything we said. HE there. Okay, fine. Damage is minimal at the moment, so you know we've been tickling each other anyway. Okay, so we're finally getting some penetration into Dunkirk now. Check Alaska. Minimal damage. Let's check Foreign Solutions. We're off spot, but a very high solution still because it retains it from the spot for Alaska. Dunkirk solution is 82%. Oh, and some big penetrating hits there on Dunkirk.
It's the firing control that's
You've just got
getting
up
him
to
the
90,
hits.
You've just got your spot on. You're up to 90% now. That's as high as you're going to get there. So everyone's got their spot on that, but you're taking big hits. Alaska's got brilliant fire control at the moment.
I'm sure captains of these ships would have loved knowing what the firing solutions of their opponents were, because that would mean you stop manoeuvring. I'm not reacting to that, okay? I'm not going to manoeuvre every time the opponent gets a good solution.
It'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it?
Until the shell falls actually tells me.
Rush
And these ships were, you know, it's horrific to think about, but these ships take hits. Yeah, there you go. The crews knew that. The officers knew that. They, you know, you didn't run away just because you got one hit on the deck.
Yeah, the spotting.
It's the secondaries that are peppering me.
But look how accurate the spotting. Now we've got the spotting down. Everything is a hit, and it's not just you; it's him as well.
Close, isn't it?
It's just so much better now we've got that accuracy, especially with this Alaska. I think it has naturally better fire solution, better radar, whatever the thing is, which is probably true to real life. 60 yards, 8 miles.
Yeah, this is where the fun starts.
You haven't lost many systems.
I only need one good shot
You
with the
do
mains.
more powerful
At that angle.
Let's check the solutions. You're on 80 to 90. You're on 85% for the French ship. The American ship has a solution. Just doing the main batteries.
Oh, he's losing it now.
High 80s. You've both got about mid to high 80s. Yeah, of shot solution. So your shot solutions are going down a little bit. But that said, you're only at 1600 kiloyards now, so your natural fire, you're going to be much more accurate anyway.
So I've now crossed the T.
You have crossed the T.
I was thinking about this.
You can't cross the T of this ship, can you? Because look, it's got all its guns on the front. It's so weird.
Well, the reason I may be getting more hits is that you've got a bearing solution, which is a relatively easy hit to get. Your bearing is just a sighting. So you draw a straight line, just as you do with your planes and your missiles, and go shoot that down that bearing. It's always a distance that's going to be the key to naval gunnery. There is a bigger distance in the water that I can hit on because that ship is coming towards me and I've got all that length to play with. So that's what I think is going on with the modern crossing the T. When we go back to the Napoleonic area, they used to cross the T to get those raking fires going down from the bow to the stern, which were absolutely devastating. They didn't really need the distance solution because that was relatively easy because the ranges were not shorter. But I think in the more modern warfare, that's what's going on. You've got that extra length, so you're more likely to get a hit. Your bearing is the easiest solution to get out of the two.
Are you down to 80%? Do you want to spot back on? No, it's going back up. No, it's fine. It's corrected itself.
No, I think we're too close now. We just need way to fire.
Sure.
Well, actually, for the purpose of experimentation, let's put spot back on and see what happens.
Roger. It takes time. It takes a while to go anyway. Is your spot on or off? Can you remember? You're going to have to remember because I can't. I've got no way of checking. Is yours on or off, Dirty?
Looks like it's on.
No, that's not irrelevant. That's what I'm going to apply to the next click. Well, I'm relying on
that.
I think you were going full broadside at the moment.
I'm not sure it needs to. I think everything... Look, because they're so cleverly designed.
No, exactly.
Everything's firing.
Yeah, but it's the secondaries and stuff that's...
It's almost like
he has
everything...
a lot better accuracy than me.
If you think this is a cute design, wait till you see the Nelson class.
It's almost like this is just designed to charge at battleships. Isn't it clever? And you're designed to cross this T. Right.
I mean,
10 degrees
cruisers,
to starboard,
Battlecruisers
please.
are designed
Just a
to
little
take
bit.
on smaller ships than themselves as solo raiders or be supportive of the bigger ships. They're not really supposed to be going toe-to-toe with a peer. Nobody wants to do that ever in warfare. You don't want to go toe-to-toe with a peer with the same numbers, and you always want a tactical advantage.
Damage is, I mean, it's just a big slugfest now.
It is, yeah. So we're going to go broadside, so I'm going to come port 90 degrees again. We're going to see if we can get port 45 degrees, actually, straight north. See if I can keep those batteries working.
Roger. Do you both want spot? Do you want spot on or off at this point? I'll just make sure it's as you want.
I think we'll just get spot off, yeah.
Dunkirk, spot on or spot off?
Off.
Activate. All right, let's check the secondary
Go
batteries.
narrow.
You want narrow, Dirty?
Yeah.
Dirty is now on narrow. Alaska, you happy with full?
I'm going with the United States Naval Academy and
full.
just keeping with full. Yeah.
All right, all done. Oh, you got 100% solution, Davros. Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska's putting the guns down now.
Well done. Oh yeah, and every salvo you hit something, it's just penetration now you need.
It's the secondaries that are hit.
Yeah. I don't think. Just have a look at that.
The secondaries,
Damage.
secondaries and the primaries both work off the same fire solution, don't they?
I've got a feeling we're just all both being both get a few months in the shipyards by the looks of it.
That and that turret are both dead permanently now, FYI.
I don't mind.
No, you don't. You want these. You want these babies, all you care about.
I want the main batteries out, but yeah, that's not going to happen, is it?
Oh, so accurate.
I'll go with the directors. So I can't remember the name of the commentator who gave us that ship, but thank you very much for that.
It was. I can tell. I won't tell you now because it will come off the screen. But yeah, well, that's how we learn. We listen to the guys. We feedback. We have this little tete-a-tete between us and the viewers, and your battles are going to get slightly better each time due to it. Right, we are 6 miles and well within the horizon now, slugging it out visually. No radars needed, I suppose.
I'm just going to keep an eye and make sure that all 9 of my tubes are firing.
Stand by. Yeah, again, I rely on you guys to spot that stuff.
Yeah, we've still got... and you can see she's very clever designs. Big arcs of fire on those turrets.
You've still got nearly 100% fire control, even though it's smashed to hell, is still working beautifully on this ship.
I
think
it's the fire control that's going to win this.
We've got the way to shout.
Both ships are pretty beaten up.
Yeah, there's a lot of fire in there, but it's all in non-critical areas. Although propulsion takes place out there, so...
Yeah, so he's down to 50% speed, down to 15 knots at flank. You're 28 knots. If you wanted to, you could run... Oh, you're not going to run away now, obviously, because that's not what we want to see. But you could run away and just outrun him now.
So, the decision I've got to make is...
Let him burn.
Do I try to come away a little bit and extend that range? He's very beaten up. Further I get away, I've still got the spotter solution. I don't think I can keep all 9 of my tubes on him while I do that, so I'm not going to bother.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're going to lose 5 minutes of firepower, aren't you?
And that might just give him the advantage. He does some repairs and he comes back and he's more accurate again.
I think he's taking more damage, but I think he's also a tougher ship. Just by feel, I'm just feeling it.
So we've got secondaries all out on one side now.
Damaged on the other. Oh, all out. They're actually, when they're red, they don't fire. So no more secondaries from Dunkirk until they get that repaired. And there's not much dirty. He could turn it around and shield it, but it's probably not worth it.
I lost my fire control as well.
Yeah.
So you've got no fire control and your...
He's got an optical solution of 80% though, so it's not making a huge difference for this. Let's check. Alaska's probably optical solution as well. 100% now. Jesus, but you're burning still. It's... Your damage is mainly superstructure. Your superstructure damage. You got less hull penetration. I wonder why.
We put HE on my main scale.
Roger, Dunkirk's going to try something different. So everyone witness. I'm going to go primary, HE, full, no spot, fire. You're now firing HE, and I'll take it off so I don't reapply it on someone else. Well, we'll see. He's just trying something now, and he's going down in the water.
14-inch HE yeah, that's going to shred my superstructure because I've only got 1 inch of armour on it.
Yeah, but we've seen turnarounds, haven't we? So I wouldn't put money on
You
anyone.
little shit.
You won't.
Oh, he knocked a turret out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has so much better accuracy than
Gutted,
ship,
Dirty.
so
You're down to 4
I think
guns.
that's going to do it.
Yeah, I think he's done you. Taking out your critical, well, taking out your firepower. You got to get a magazine hit to win now, which, as we've seen, has happened. So it's not over till it's over. I mean, there's still a lot of damage going on inside. You have the option, I believe, of flooding compartments with fire. It's up to you. It's a big decision to make, obviously.
So I do have a fire in my magazine at the moment, so I'm going to flood that magazine and lose that, because that's a little bit worrying. Yeah, so there's a fire gone. Now, we can't pump it out in real life. We would be able to pump that out, but it wouldn't make any difference in the battle because it take too long. So that may be my forward armament gone now. So
I would worry about that too.
I'm gonna come left 45 degrees and start running away. Sorry, tactically.
Right. Do you mean
tactically removing myself from the situation. One of the many reasons I don't want to command responsibility.
No, I wouldn't really either. There's a lot of souls aboard that. Oh wow, the list is started. The list is real. We may need to respot Alaska. Let me check your solution. Just keep an eye on your solution.
Yeah.
Don't need to respot at the moment.
He's lost his men in the front.
What just happened there?
Yeah, so that's why I had to flood that magazine.
Oh, they've gone.
So
the guns are gone.
Yeah, because I've flooded the magazine. Wow. It's obviously stopped the ammo supply to the guns.
That is worth
I knew that was going to happen. That's
would have blown
up.
up.
That's why I'm turning away now.
Would have blown up.
That's why I'm turning away.
Oh, this is so much more tactical than usual. Oh, Jesus, poor Dirty. You may have to start counter flooding, FYI.
So now Dirty would have the T on me if he has any guns left.
He's got no guns left. He's got 4 guns and his fire control is pretty showed.
Oh, hello. That's something fired.
Yeah, but he's only got 1 turret. 1 turret of guns. That's all
Okay.
he's got there. Oh, he's got something else. A secondary's come online. I don't know where it is.
If I can get the range back out to 20,000 yards, it's a victory.
Down.
Here.
That's my rear turret.
Oh, that's your rear turret. We'll see. I get the feeling that this ship is probably going to sink.
If I can bring
I'm pretty sure it's gonna.
If I bring my speed down to 12 knots as well, so I'm not running away quite as quickly, hopefully just means I get more time to use that 1 turret on the rear.
Nearly
keep
firepower now. In fact, you've got enough firepower advantage because your secondaries are still going as well. No list, which is nice. Hit there. Superstructure hit.
A lot of fires on the Alaska.
Yeah.
He's flooding his mag though, so his mag's not going to go up, which is the critical thing. Poor old Dirty.
We're just chilling on Alaska.
Oh, the turret. That was a turret here, wasn't
Ouch.
it? 504 seconds.
It's not even repairing.
Not even repairing it. I wouldn't bother.
I think the Dunkirk is done for.
I think the Dunkirk is 100% done for.
It's just the better accuracy of the Alaska.
It's the
Half the boats.
It's the best
Half
battle
the
we've
boats
done
underwater.
tactically so far, and in the amount of control we've had of the ship. We've done a lot of control. I mean, you can micromanage all this stuff and where the spanners go, but I think that's maybe getting a little bit too much for us at that point. What we're doing, so I think it's a nice balance of control of ships today, and we've seen the real life effects of those controls, but not getting so OCD where it just becomes a click fest. So I feel like we've done pretty well. Finally, a list starting on the no, not even a list starting on the ship yet. Well, Wellington's. I think you are now.
The A turret is now
all
red.
of your turrets are now gone. It's about to go
12
down.
inches from the rear there.
About to go down. Yay! Alaska wins all fair and square. Well done. It was a bit of a risque start from Davros because he was trying some different tactics and it didn't pay off straight away. So he changed, started getting his fire control solution in, and then just started wearing down the Dunkirk. The Dunkirk tried to close, was super aggressive as Dirty always is, but it just wasn't possibly outplayed, but definitely outshipped, I believe.
Well, also 5 seconds faster reload on the Alaska on the mains. It does make a big difference when it's 10-minute battle, 20-minute battle.
Also, look
That's
at
a lot of extra shells.
Alaska better fire control and more rate of fire in the end. So
Roger. Alaska has won, but let's just see out of interest if you can get if you can sink her, because obviously a ship can go down later on.
Ooh.
Maybe uncontrollable.
I think this is going to be a draw.
No, we won't do a draw. We'll do a win because it went down. Because remember, the other two sunk each other, but it's the first one to go down. Otherwise, we'd never get anything done.
That's what I said earlier, wasn't it? You don't want to do a peer versus peer battle.
Yeah, take your shots and then get the chuff out of it.
Absolutely. It is now, yeah.
Really good. Anyway, it's a win. It's a fair win to Alaska. Well done. But yeah, a lot of the time they're just not going to be able to survive.
It was a close one, though.
It was close. It was close. Well done, guys. Super happy about
Thanks
that.
to all the guys who view, comments, subscribe, hit the like button, go buy some merch for us. Cheers, folks.
Well done, and bye-bye.